Hi, Nilla Spark, and here we are in Lyon, and we're standing on a suspension bridge. So if it's a little bit shaky, it's not that John's nervous, it's just that it's a suspension bridge, and as people are walking by, it is a little bit shaky. Beautiful Rhone River. In Lyon is one side is the Rhone River and on the other is the Saône River. We have been sailing for the last 7 days on the Rhone River from Arles to Lyon. In Australia we say Arles, and when we were on the train asking people where's our stop in Arles, they just looked at us a little bit strangely. So for those of you that come to France, it's Arles. The French River Cruise, we've been really fortunate enough to have been on the Mekong River, the Budapest to Amsterdam, and now the French River Cruise. Each one has been amazing and each one is different. So it's really important that you understand the differences between each of the cruises. The Mekong River Cruise is probably more of a cultural experience. You're spending a bit of time in the villages and in the cities like Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. The Budapest
and high levels of personal service.
And as John said, so might get John to interact as well, so that you get a bit of perspective from both of us. High level of we're in France. A high level of history. They really know and want to share their history, especially in Cambodia, because they've gone through so much with the Pol Pot regime. The Budapest to Amsterdam, what you were doing a lot more sailing, as the countryside is amazing, and especially if you're going through Austria, you know, you're sailing along and you see castles and bridges and points of interest that they want to show us. The French River Cruise, totally different again, because you are sailing, they generally sailed at night. I think we only had one afternoon in the 7 days where we actually sailed in the afternoon. So it's a lot more port time, a lot more excursions. If you want to come on the French River Cruise and want to have a rest, especially if you want to do all the excursions which are fully inclusive with APT, you're not going to get a rest, because you're up early. You're usually on the road by 8:30, 9 o'clock, and come back for lunch, and generally there's something to do in the afternoon as well. So each one has been different, but each one gives you something really unique. And this is our last.
Probably worth mentioning about the Roman history here.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal.
Yes, and John, as John's just said, the Roman history in this part of the world is phenomenal. There's structures that are there from 1 BC. You know, like, it's just ridiculous to think that they're still standing 2,000 years later. There's a fountain in Lyon that was built in 1 BC. It's still standing. It's not a very attractive fountain. It still works, and it's been sitting there for 2,000 years. Can you imagine us still be sitting here in 2,000 years? It's really quite incredible, quite eye-opening. The excursions are varied. If you love food, if you love wine, the French River Cruise is a must. We are so looking forward to going home and having just a piece of toast with Vegemite on it, because the food, we have had an explosion, especially in the last 7 weeks that we've been away. The food sensations that we've experienced have been nothing short of incredible. So river cruising, put it on your bucket list. There's something for everyone. Now I'll get John to give you a bit of a pan around. Actually, before John goes this way, I'll just point, our river cruise boat is moored, just, you can see 4 pillars, which they look like the Olympic torches. Our ship is docked just over there, so you can see that you are right in the city. So we're just walking across the bridge, and that's the old town. This is the new part of town. This is UNESCO listed, which means that they have to adhere to the rules and regulations of keeping it as authentic as they can. This side of the river, they can do whatever they want. So Lyon is just such a beautiful city. really, really blessed to have had this experience and to have been able to share it with you. So think river cruising, think what you want, think food, think scenery, think wine, think culture. You get it all on river cruising. So this is Nilla Sparks saying bye from now from Lyon in France, and we're looking forward to getting home and sharing more of our experiences with you. Until then, bye for now.